Hi, this is Phil Johnson, and it is Monday, June 24th, and this is Believe Monday. We're going to take a quick look at the Believe in Gate and the Believe Land that you will find in Awakening the Dreamer's Quest. Remember, we're going to be releasing this book on July the 9th, and we will also be opening up pre-sales for it on July the 2nd. You know, believe is an important gate. It is more about details, where the dream gate was more about the big picture and the big idea of where we're heading and what we're going to do. The dream gate is more about those details. It's more about how we're going to get there. And the first big not obstacle, but the first thing that you need to really get a grasp of once you enter into the believe is faith. And faith is something that that is based upon how we think. Our thinking creates our actions, and our actions creates our habits, and our habits end up creating our legacy. And we want to live our legacy. We want to live a positive legacy. And so we need to have that dream gate vision of where we're going, but we also very much need that faith that we're thinking correctly. Let me give you an example real quick. Remember Jesus walking across the water. Remember, he had just fed the 5,000, and he told the disciples at the end of the day, you guys go ahead and you head across, and I'll catch up to you. And he went up on the hill, probably up on the hill, same hill there where they fed the 5,000, and he was in prayer. And he was watching over from that vantage point. He could see all of the Sea of Galilee, and he was watching the disciples, and a storm blows in. And the disciples are not making any forward progress. They're not making any kind of headway to the destination across the way. After spending time in prayer and meditating, Jesus decides it's time for him to go to make his crossing to the other side. And so he walks across the water. You remember, disciples see him and think, oh, what is that? Is it a ghost? Now, the interesting thing is in one of the Gospels, we're told that Peter looks at him and he says, Lord, if it's you, call to me. And Jesus quickly responds, come. Now, we have to give props to Peter here, because he got out of the boat and he walked on water. As far as I know, there's only been two people who walked on water, and that was Jesus and Peter. So you have the very exclusive club here, and Peter's walking, and he's fulfilling that dream of following Jesus. That's what the dream was all about, following Jesus. And he's going to follow in his footsteps, even if he's walking on water. But the Bible tells us that Peter did an interesting thing. He got his eyes off of Jesus, and he starts to look around, and he sees the waves, and he sees the wind. And the Bible says that he immediately began to sink. You see, he allowed his thinking to dwell on what was going on around him rather than following the path to the dream. And so Jesus grabs him up, and then Jesus said something very interesting to him. He says, you have little faith. Why do you doubt? Now, that is an interesting thing that we're going to dig into a little bit into the book, but the whole idea here is that it's about our thinking. It's about how we think. So as you're going through your day-to-day, I just want to encourage you that it's not only important to dream, but you got to believe in that dream. You got to stick with it. And faith is all about that first response. When things start getting tough, that first response, then you really understand what you have faith in. Do you have faith in the Creator, the designer, the one who designed you for this? Do you have faith that he is taking you someplace? Dreamer's Quest, the Awakening, the Dreamer's Quest. This is the proof. There's two ways. I'm supposed to read this and make sure there's no mistakes in it. But also, look at that. It says it's not for sale. But it's proof that all you who've been doubting, is he really ever going to write a book, or is he just talking that? Now, here it is. It's in my hands. It's proof. And I have several of these here. And we have been going through and we've been proofing those. So, all that to say is that it's happening, it's coming soon, and we're going to give you more information about how you can get involved if you'd like in seeing some of the behind-the-scenes things. This is Phil Johnson, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day.